Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So yesterday you saw that I bought the stash of eggs, and now today I'm going to do the experiment for us for dehydrating the eggs, rehydrating them, and I'll do a taste test as well. So I'm just about to take 6 eggs from the egg store. Now, although I bought the new ones yesterday, I'm going to use the older ones first because we already had so many before I bought them yesterday. So I've taken 6 there. I'm literally just going to crack the 6 eggs. Give them a little stir as you normally would if you're making scrambled eggs, an omelette, etc. That's quite sufficient. You don't have to go over the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally leaving the dehydrator in situ, so I'm not carrying it over with the liquid pouring everywhere. Now my dishes, I've got holes in throughout, so I've cut the parchment paper. I didn't want it to spill to go over the hole, so I've done a little bit extra and just forced it so the paper's coming up slightly round the edges and is covering the hole in the centre. Most people might have the American videos that I watch. I've got these square dehydrators. Obviously this is round with a hole in the middle. So, and it's a cheap version. I've said over and over again, it was £36, £37 on mail order, whether it's eBay, Amazon, etc. So, an amazing facility for such a low price that we can use. So I've literally just whisked it with a fork. I've cut the parchment paper and fitted it to the dish. And I'm literally just going to pour it round. Again, I'm not going to leave any in the tub. I'm going to make sure I get every bit out. Pretty level, pretty even. I'm going to bob the top on. Put the dehydrator on, my highest level, 70 Celsius. And I'm expecting that to take at least 12 hours. So yes, I'm going to leave it on overnight. I've left the dehydrator on overnight several times now and I'm quite happy with it. It's been quite safe. We shall come back after the 12 hours, powder it and go for the taste test. See when that's ready. So it's just 12 hours now that we've been dehydrating the eggs. So I've checked them a little. And this is what we've got at this stage. Lovely, nice yellow, vibrant colour still. They're just completely and utterly flaky. Which is fabulous. Nice and glossy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in the coffee grinder and grind them to a powder. So I'm quite surprised that 12 hours has done it really, because watching other people with, higher temperatures on the dehydrators, it still took such as long. Temperatures of 140, and as I've mentioned a few times, mine only goes up to 70 Celsius. So I think it's really good we've been able to do it in 12 hours. So this makes a bit of a racket, so ready to do this. My dehydrator, my coffee grinder is broken at the moment. Instead of switching it on and off there, I have to do it at the wall, but it's still working, so. Oh, I'm really happy with that. That's great. So that's it complete. I can fill it in my jar and I can leave that to condition overnight. But I'm going to go straight into the rehydrating and the taste test. So what I'm going to do is basically 1 tablespoon of the powdered egg plus 3 tablespoons of room temperature water will dehydrate the egg powder. Rehydrate, sorry. I'm going to put 4 tablespoons in, which would equal 4 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4. A lovely colour, isn't it? So 3 times 4 is 12, so I need 12 tablespoons of the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Give it a stir, looks quite watery, let it reconstitute. Give it a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I only did 6 eggs as the experiment, as you know. So the rest can start going into the jar. It's lovely, it's powdered right to the bottom, there's no chunks, it's looking wonderful. A tiny little bit in the egg equals, in the jar, sorry, equals 2 eggs. So see the colour's coming through, still looks a bit liquidy to me. Just give it a couple of minutes. what we'd normally do with the egg when we're getting ready for scrambled egg. We'd give it a little beat in the jar, wouldn't we? How's that looking to you, Mr. Wallflowers? Do you think it's thick enough, watery? Do you think it looks like an egg? Yeah, am I blocking the light out? Can you see okay there? Right, should we start getting the pan ready? And then we can bring it up and we can have our taste test. I'm all excited. I've been looking forward to doing this. So we get this done successfully and we're able to powder enough eggs, then we won't go without. That's the end goal, really, isn't it? Not going without. And not, if we're paying what equated to me yesterday was enough £2 for 15 eggs. And that's on a rather cheap scale at a shop like Farm Foods. So if we're going to be paying £2 for the likes of 6 eggs, and that's going to increase and increase and increase as we're being told, we're going to be priced out the market for buying eggs. So hopefully by learning a skill like this, we can store our own eggs and be self-sufficient for a while and hope things change pretty shortly. Until then, let's get through the winter and make sure we've still got eggs. Being a man, winter's not begun yet. Winter's only 21st of December, so we're still in autumn. There's a lot of people talking about, some say, oh, it's really cold, which it has been in patches, and some say, it's not cold for winter. What people aren't realising is we're not actually in winter, we're in autumn, So winter is going to be cold. Winter is naturally cold. So I'm going to go with this. Thank you, Mr. Wallflowers. I'm going to go with this and pour it in. Do you think that's ready? Sorry for my slamming about. I don't want to leave all the powder in the bottom of the bowl. One of the things, if I watch a recipe on YouTube or on the television and I watch somebody cooking, and they'll use a bowl like this and they'll tip the contents out, and there's loads left sticking to the bowl or loads left, and they'll tip it from this into a jug, into a glass, and there's 4 or 5 different items and they haven't scraped them out. Now, if we're in our own kitchens, we scrape the entire thing out because we're not leaving any contents in the container, because we're only going to have to wash it and throw it away. So I spend my time and I make sure I'm scraping as much content out the dish I'm using as possible. It's one of my bugbears, seeing that they don't scrape a bowl, a glass, a dish, whatever they're using. Just me. I don't like waste. There's no point washing it away when we can be eating it. I'm not teaching you how to suck eggs because we all know how to do a bit of scrambled egg. But what I am showing is that it's coming up as per would your normal egg. Yeah, it's my first time doing it, so it's not going to be the best yet. But with a bit of practice, I'll get there and it'll become normality. It's the taste that's going to be important. And as it's real egg and it was dried in its raw state, I can't really see that the taste should be any different. You happy with that, or a little bit longer? Yeah. Looks like scrambled egg. Smells like scrambled egg, that's right. What I probably didn't say is we've like a knob of butter in ours, and we generally cook with butter, and that's what's going to be one of the difficult times for us as we tighten our belts even further, is whether we can maintain using butter. We like butter spread on toast, bread and butter. We cook with it because we like the taste of it. So that's another thing we're going to have a look at. We do make it quite often, but cream and dairy stuff isn't available to me as often as it was at one point in the initiatives. So I'm going to have to look at a bulk buy of cream and make a lot more butter and store it away. I've made videos before, so they're in my video list of making butter from cream, purifying it near enough to a ghee, and then canning it. So you'll find that I'll try and remember if I can, and put a card in, and see if I can put a card in for that video, because I need to remind myself, because butter is like the eggs is. I've just done a bulk buy and I want to get ready for the eggs. I'm going to have to do that with butter, because Mr. Wallflowers and I will not be happy if we lose that quality of taste with the butter. It's something we really enjoy, isn't it? You happy with that? Sprinkle of salt. How's that, Mr. Wallflowers? Okay. Would we call that a success? Brilliant. Brilliant. So now I've got the, excuse me. Now I've got the jar sealer, which I've showed you lots of times so far. I've always had the coffee grinder, and we've had the dehydrator for quite a while. Now we know how to powder the eggs and perfect it. As I say, it will need to sit out. I'll put the lid on. I'm going to set more eggs on, and I'm going to, the experiment being successful, now I can go ahead with the operation. I can do 6 eggs per layer. I've got 5 layers, so I can now set about dehydrating 30 of those extra 45 eggs I bought yesterday. Fill this jar, hopefully a bigger one, and I've got 40. I'll have, at least from tomorrow, I'll have 30 eggs dehydrated, and they're waiting for me to use the fresh eggs, and I'll have them there in case I can't get any more. And I'm really happy this is so successful. It's tasty, it's just egg, but the fact that I've been able to dehydrate it from fresh eggs, raw fresh eggs, rehydrate it, and cook it, and it's the same thing I would have made from it in the first place, and it's the same taste. Absolutely fabulous. That can actually stay on the shelf from anywhere between 2 to 5 years is the generic thing, but a lot of people are saying 7 years and more. So, you know, it won't last us that long because we eat eggs so regularly. So we'll be in and out of it because we've got the sealer there. We can use it. I can pour some in a smaller jar. We can use that for everyday use around the house, and I can re-vacuum the jar and put it back out in the pantry and see how long it does last us. But if you were to seal it and leave it, yeah, so long as there's no clumping, no damp, no mold inside it, 2 to 5 years, 7 and more. It's like the news. It depends what channel you watch, but it's long-term storage and it stays fresh and viable. So it's a bonus for us, and it's another thing we can tick off our list. Another thing me and sorry for banging that. Me and Mr. Wallflowers can tick off our list and know that we've covered. Move on to butter again next, and I'll keep the little grey matter ticking away and seeing what else we can work on. Fabulous. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you soon. Bye.